This is not my first time filming this. I did already previously film, but with the microphone off because I'm an idiot. Hey guys, it's Sarah. Today I'm going to be bringing to you a book on haul, but with a little bit of a twist. It's also going to be a try a chapter tag. Basically, I'm going to be reading the first chapter of each of these books and then deciding after reading that whether or not I'm still interested in them, and if I'm not, I'm going to unhaul them. If you personally are interested in any of the books that I'm unhauling, I will be listing them on my Depop if you want to buy them. I will say though, I only ship within the US just because international costs would make the books really expensive, and I think it would probably be a lot cheaper if you just got the books in your own country. So if you're in the US and you're interested in these books and you want to buy like a decently priced hardcover, just hit up my Depop. These are the books. There's a lot of them. I've had all these books for quite some time, and they're choking me and not in a good way. Let's just get into reading them, trying the chapter, and then deciding if they're gonna stay. First, we have The Best Lies by Sarah Liu. I think this is a YA thriller about a girl whose boyfriend gets murdered by her best friend, and she basically has to like lie to help her best friend, but she's also trying to figure out why her best friend did it. Okay, so I want to go ahead and say I didn't really like this. I feel like it was giving me boring YA thriller vibes. No offense to YA thrillers, but I tend to not like them. And I feel like this would fall in that category, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my Depop. I think it could go to a better home. I think the cover is really cute, and the writing wasn't horrible. It just didn't really suck me in that first chapter, so hopefully someone else will enjoy it. Next we have Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is a Korean urban fantasy, which is kind of exciting. I know that Chloe with Books with Chloe and Monica from Monica Kim both really like this. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep this for a bit longer. I really liked the writing. I thought it was interesting. I haven't read a YA fantasy in a while, so I think that this could be a good one to read. And I think essentially our main character is a nine-tailed fox, which I think is really cool because of the folklore. And like I said, some respectable YouTubers really enjoyed this, and I like the Korean representation, so I think I'm gonna hold on to this for a little bit longer and see if I get some reading out of it. Okay, then we have Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. This is a YA fantasy that's been out for a long time. This was really popular on BookTube, I think in like 2015, and I haven't really heard anybody talking about it since then. I actually don't even know what happened to this series, if it was ever finished or if it's still ongoing, but I know it has to do with different types of witches, and it's a YA high fantasy, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and keep this because it was giving me very much Serpent and Dove vibes, which is also a YA fantasy about like different types of witches, and I feel like the similarity made me kind of intrigued. Also, the main character kind of seemed like a little bit of a badass, like she's going in the beginning for like a mission and they're like trying to trick people, and I like that kind of stuff. I like badass women in fantasy, so I think I'm gonna keep this for a little bit longer. I've owned it for so long, but she's gonna live to see another day. Okay, next up we have Nothing Left to Burn by Heather Ezell. I think this is about a girl who's dating a guy that's a firefighter, but it's a little confusing because she's 16 and the guy that she's seeing is, like I said, he's a volunteer firefighter, but I don't really understand how that would work unless they let teenagers volunteer with the fire department. Let me know down below if that's possible. YA contemporary is not really my favorite thing in the world, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say no on this one. The writing style just wasn't really pulling me in, and I was getting really bad vibes from her boyfriend. I think the whole premise of this book is that her boyfriend is like abusive or something, but I don't know. Like I said, YA contemporary is just not really my thing anymore, and I feel like someone else would enjoy this a lot more than me, so I'm gonna put that on my Depop. Then we have Twisted River by Siobhan McDonald. I know that this is an adult thriller about some family that's been on vacation or something. Oh, and it takes place in Ireland. That's interesting. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep this one because it starts out kind of with a bang. Basically, one of the main characters, Oscar, like he either finds a dead woman in his trunk or he killed her. It's not really clear. I feel like the writing was purposely vague because we're not supposed to know who the woman is or what happened to her or why, but I found that to be a really strong start. So I think this could be like a fun little thriller to read someday. So I'm gonna keep this for a little bit longer. I've never heard anyone talk about it. I honestly might check the Goodreads reviews to see if they're good before I officially decide, but I think for now I'm gonna keep it. Next, we have Jane Unlimited by Kristen Cashore. I have only read one other Kristen Cashore book, and that was Graceling, and I don't think I ever finished that. I think I DNF'd it, but I remember liking it. I don't really know why I DNF'd it. I think it was like a library book or something, and I just never got a chance to finish it. I don't remember this being all that popular. I heard a couple of people talk about it, but that's about it. I don't know much about it beyond that I think there's like some magical realism, and it's about a girl that goes to an island, and then she has to like make choices or something. I don't really even know. Oh, and there's a little map of an island. That's cute. Yeah, all I know is that it's about an island. Also, I just want to say that my back really hurts from sitting up reading these books, so I'm gonna lay down. And I know that's gonna make the footage blurry while I'm reading, but you can just watch some sped up blurry footage and then I'll come back with my opinion, because my back really hurts and this feels a lot better. So we're gonna do this, and you can just see my sweatpants and my stomach. We love that. Okay, I don't really know what this book is about. I feel like I read like almost 30 pages and just wasn't giving me what I want out of a book 30 pages in. Like maybe this is the kind of book that would be good on audio or something so that I wouldn't have to like sledge through it. Let me know down below your thoughts on this. If any of you have read this and you think I should keep it, let me know. But for now, I'm going to put it in my Depop pile. Okay, and then we have Spellbook of the Lost and Found by Moira Foley Doyle. Moira Foley Doyle. That's a tongue twister if there ever was one. She is the author of The Accident Season, which is a book I actually read probably like 4 years ago. I don't think I liked that book, but I do remember thinking that her writing style was nice and that I would be open to trying another book. Let's see if it was any good. I don't remember anyone ever talking about this book. Like, I remember a bunch of people read The Accident Season, very mixed reviews. A lot of people didn't like it. But I don't remember anyone ever talking about this one. So I'm just gonna go back and we're gonna read it. Okay, so I couldn't really get a gist for what this book was about, but I kind of liked the writing style in that first chapter. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. I think I'm going to leave this up to a mixture of, if you've read this and you think it's worth keeping, let me know in the comments, or if you've hated it, please let me know. I'm also going to look at the Goodreads reviews before I decide. I'm going to tentatively, that's also a tongue twister, put it in my Depop pile, but let me know what you guys think I should do. Next we have If You Come Softly by Jacqueline Woodson. I know that this is a book about an interracial couple, and it's pretty old because it says this is the 20th anniversary edition. There is a preface from the author that says, 20 years ago, I sat down to write a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, which is interesting. Okay, I get it. So like, oh, also it was written in the mid-90s. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this just because it's really short and I like the message, and I've been wanting to read more Black authors, and so I think this is good, and I could, you know, knock this out in a day if I was interested in reading it. And it's obviously a very impactful book, especially with it being written in the mid-90s, so I'm going to keep it, and if I end up not enjoying it, then I'll haul it later. But yeah, I think I'm going to read that one. And then next we have The Exact Opposite of Okay by Laura Stephen. I have no idea what this is about, honestly. Okay, so it's YA contemporary, which doesn't bode well for me enjoying it, but that's fine. That's fine. This is so much better for my back. Thank you all for putting up with this weird angle. Okay, I've only read 3 pages of this, but it already was like a chapter, and I'm gonna keep it. I can already tell I'm gonna keep it. I know like 3 pages is not that much, but it's giving me very much Georgia Nicholson vibes, and if any of you have read that series, basically it's like a comedy YA contemporary series, but this girl Georgia who like writes in a diary, and she's very funny. And so basically what I learned in these 3 pages is this one is about this girl who I think her nudes get leaked, and so now she's being labeled as a slut. It's told from her perspective, and she seems really funny, and it has like little timestamps, which again just gives me very much Georgia Nicholson vibes. I don't know, I got a good vibe from this. I know I only read 3 pages, but I got a good vibe. I also feel like I was just very repetitive talking about that. Okay, we have 2 more books to talk about, and my light is quickly fading, so I apologize that the lighting of this video is pretty atrocious. The first book is The Book of You by Claire Kendall. I know that this is a British thriller about a girl that's being stalked or something like that. I think I started reading this a long time ago, so it's probably going to seem very familiar to me. You know what? I'm not even going to try the chapter. I think I'm just going to keep this one. I started this, I'm not kidding, I think like 3 years ago, and I probably read like 30 pages of it, and I liked what I was reading. I don't know, I'm going to keep this one. I feel like it was pointless for me to have this in the video because I'm just going to keep it. But lastly, let's do this really quick before the light changes. We have All of This Is True by, how do you say that? Ligia de Peñaflor. I'm pretty sure this is a YA thriller. No, it's not. I don't think this is a YA thriller at all. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so no, I don't really know. It wasn't really sucking me in. It started out with like a TV interview. I guess the 3 main characters of this book are like cast in their favorite YA novelist book. I don't really know. I wasn't really like picking up what they were putting down. I don't think this is for me. So I'm gonna unhaul this. So let us take stock of what we're keeping and what we are unhauling. I think we're going to unhaul these 4 books. Jury's out on Jane Unlimited. If you think that I should keep it, I will take it out of this pile, but I think I'm going to unhaul these 4. And then I think we're going to keep all of these. I may unhaul Spellbook of the Lost and Found. Let me know down below if you have read any of these books, if you disagree with me keeping some or getting rid of some. Obviously, I will be listing these on Depop, but if you think I should change my mind, then I can always take it off of Depop or add something to Depop. Did I just have a stroke? What I was trying to say was I can always take things off or add things on, so let me know down below. Also, if you enjoyed this brand of unhaul, I have other books that I could do this with, so just let me know. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a nice day.